hmm Disability? Yes. How does a blind person see a forgery? Yeah. And how do you braille a forgery? Phew. Yeah. Now, this is probably the kind of question that a lot of individuals would ask if they're disabled. Yeah. Mm. Now, I document a forgery. Yes. I documented fraud. That my sons were taken without any due process. Yes. And there's this thought that if you're disabled, ooch, you have some sort of special rights that the state has to accommodate. But their actual job is to authenticate every document so that it is as it's written. Americans with Disability Act. Yes. Now this titty phone, the TTY hotline. Yeah. Could you get me every one of them? And all of those disabled Americans. Yes. That have interpreters and readers. If you're deaf. And then those that have to be made available large print or braille. Yes. Now, if you did blow this up, yes, for those that are visually impaired, can you see any difference? Yes. Now, maybe I can help you. Yes. For the visually impaired of the United States of America. This, does not look like the same signature. No, no, no. No, just look at it for just a second. And then for the visually impaired, I'm going to try to help you see it. I'm going to magnify it as if you're disabled. Yes. Oh, maybe I'm going the wrong direction. There it goes. There. Oh my gosh, can you see it right there? Yes. Now, if we make it for the visually impaired, do you see a difference right there? Yes. And then just trying to help you for those that are blind and visually impaired. Yep. You can just really look at it and you can see the difference. Yes. Now, this is page 6 of 6. Let's do the same thing over here. Yes. This is the signature and the state stamp. Yep. And it's not over here. No. Now, for the blind, the visually impaired, yes. How do you braille something on a court order that doesn't exist? Now, you thought I was just being ridiculous in my approach to lawsuits, but if you issue a court order, yeah, that has to be brailled. It's like blind people don't have children. Let's go ahead. The deaf, they can't hear what I'm saying. Did you hear that? I wasn't actually speaking. Yes, there was no volume to my voice. Now, Americans with Disabilities Act, the TIDDY hotline, the state telephone relay system, and then the supercomputer that does know every disabled person in this great nation. Now, Homeland Security, knowing Jane Lute, yes. Janet Ann Napolitano, and so many of the employees of Homeland Security, yes. I gave you a little screen print right now. Did somebody feel a compulsion? Yes. To give that extra special assistance? Yes, they did. To all those disabled American citizens that have a problem thinking for themselves? Yes. Now, could you go through Social Security and get me every payment for all the disabled in this great nation? And then all the visually impaired, where I could walk into any court. Yes. I could sign any name that I want. Yes. And as long as it resembles the name Paul Budnick, yes, it would be brailled as if it were Paul Budnick. I could call myself Heidi Lee Budnick. Yes. Instead of Heidi Lee Budner. Ooch, ooch. Now, let's say that for every court order issued, yes, that Jessica, my blind stepdaughter that admitted to the court in a declaration, whatever it was that she thought she was seeing, yes, had said that I have to have brailled every court order issued in this great nation. Now, knowing Jessica like I did for 10 years, I'm thinking, yeah, that she had to have this, and it had to be brailled, and Heidi's twin sister, Georgia. Did you actually, yes, fraudulently give the impression that my wife appeared in court when it was her twin sister, Georgia? Did you at any time use a look-alike or a signature that resembled Heidi Lee Budnick, but it was not? And did you intentionally, fraudulently abuse the disabled?